I have seen Chairman McCall's statement on the Secretary's successful and productive trip to the PRC. Broadly speaking, we strongly disagree with the majority of the Chairman's conclusions and would point out that, candidly, there are several inaccuracies. It almost feels as if the Chairman and I observed two different trips from back here. First, it said that the Chairman, he said that it appears that the State Department is stopping export controls and sanctions. This is absolutely false. One of the reoccurring points in the Secretary's engagements with PRC officials was PRC officials expressing their concerns on export controls and sanctions, with the Secretary repeatedly telling PRC officials that we would continue to do what is needed to advance U.S. interests. This is also something that the Secretary spoke about publicly as well in his press conference and other engagements when in Beijing. The facts are this: the Secretary raised the serious concerns the U.S. would have about any intelligence or military facility in Cuba, saying that we will continue to defend our interests here. The Secretary also raised that the safety and security of American citizens who are wrongfully detained continue to be a top priority, and he directly raised those cases, those subject to wrongful detentions and exit bans. This is also true as it relates to the fentanyl crisis. This is one of the chief concerns that we raised in our engagements with the PRC, and we secured an agreement with the PRC to work on addressing the illegal flow of fentanyl into our country. Again, this is something that was publicly remarked by the Secretary and reported on by many of you and your colleagues that were on travels with the Secretary. And as it relates to Taiwan, the Chairman again put forward inaccurate information, saying we failed to address this issue. This is uniformly inaccurate. The fact is that the Secretary directly raised China's actions towards Taiwan in his meetings and pointed out that it is the PRC who has sought to upend the status quo. We've been very clear-eyed from here and in our engagements that cross-strait peace continues to be a top priority for us. But I want to address a broader point, and then we'll move on from this, is that the broader point that the Chairman made is that somehow dialogue with China isn't productive. And we take strong disagreement with that. The facts is that it is irresponsible not to engage, and it is counterproductive to our interests to not engage. An open dialogue is the best way of maintaining communication. It's the best way of avoiding misunderstandings that could lead to conflict. Dialogue is also the best way to avoid, to stand up for human rights. Dialogue is the only way we will get detained Americans home. It's the way we will secure cooperation on fentanyl and to defend the economic interests of U.S. workers and companies. So again, it's our views that the Chairman's comments were not only inaccurate, but unfortunate, but we'll continue to act in good faith and engage with Congress, and I know that members of our team would be available to discuss the Secretary's travels with the Chairman and the committee should they want it.